Black Summit.
Welcome back to the Blackness.
I'm Hendrix.
I'm Brooks.
And thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
So one more again, man. Yeah, we back.
Hey, we got to talk about the Grammys, man.
We have to.
It's been crazy.
Thing.
Yeah.
The Grammys has been crazy. That's a big thing with the Grammys.
Yeah. Black History Month.
Yeah. Black History Month.
What do you do for Black History Month?
What I do now, stay black.
Stay black?
Black Summit. That's all I can do.
How does a person stay black? What do you do to stay black?
You know what that's saying? Stay black. Meaning, well, the way I look at it is keep it real. Keep it real, ride for yours, support your people, do good by yourself and your family.
Keep it 100.
What it mean to stay black to you?
Stay black? I mean, to me, it just means...
Grow your hair
out? What? Oh, yeah, definitely. Do the natural hair, you know?
Natural hair?
Gotta have the natural hair, you know?
Oh, okay.
Especially in these days, you know? Staying black just means, you know, you gotta stay on your grind and be vigilant.
Stay in your grizzy.
Watch out, because, you know, people are lurking.
Oh,
so
who lurking?
People.
Trumpers?
People. I don't know. Mm-hmm. People. You know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about.
They know you're talking about?
So as long as they know what I'm talking about.
Oh, is that the same they that Cal be talking about? Is they?
They.
It's they. They don't want to see you win.
They don't want to see you win.
They want to hate. It's they.
All right.
You know who they is. But yeah, the Grammys.
What's going on with your girl Beyonce? What happened?
You know, honestly, I am glad that she has won Album of the Year for country. Mm-hmm. She didn't get it last year, Grammy, correct?
No, she's been trying to get Album of the Year for a long time.
But was it for what album's called? Something Carter?
Cowboy Carter. Yeah.
Was that the same album from last year? She didn't win a Grammy or something? Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, this is a different album. This is her country album that she made.
Wait a minute. So Cowboy Carter was her country album,
yeah,
right?
so you didn't even listen to it.
I listened to, what is it, Texas Hold'em?
Yeah.
A few?
Yeah, there's a couple songs that were on the radio.
Hold on.
Okay, go
Let's rewind it back. Correct me now.
Okay.
So, Country Carter, right?
Cowboy Carter. I think.
I think you're right. So, Cowboy Carter came out last year, right?
Yes, 2024.
So wasn't she up for a Grammy for that album, or was it?
I don't think. No, she wasn't. No, she was up for something else.
Because that's the only album she had. There wasn't another album.
I mean, she's been making music for a long time.
But the only thing I know about was Cowboy Carter.
No, it was for something else.
Was another album?
She's always lost Album of the Year. That's the big thing. Mm-hmm. She's always gotten, she has like 30, she has a ton of Grammys.
Yeah.
But she never got Album of the Year. I mean, so many different artists have like won over her. Not only did she win Album of the Year, she won Country Album of the Year. And I saw that a lot of people were getting pressed about the country part.
John Rich.
Is that his name?
Yeah, John Rich.
He's a country
singer. I saw an article and he was in his feelings, man.
Yeah. A lot of people were getting mad, man.
Yeah, man. There's this article that says that country music singer John Rich has criticized Beyonce's triumph at the 67th annual Grammy Awards after she clinched the Best Country Album trophy. And then he tweeted, Beyonce wins Best Country Album at the Grammys. So he puts laughing emojis and says, way to go. Does that sound like a slight to you?
Oh, yeah, he's definitely slighting her.
Definitely slighting her? Yeah. Why you think is that?
Well, a lot of people just don't know the history of country.
Break it down for him, Brooks.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to go...
Black History Month. No, give him a
I'm not going to go that deep into it, but
take him to school real quick, Brooks. Break it down for him real quick,
Country music started off as like a black thing, and a lot of people don't know that.
Facts.
And just like rock and roll,
Facts.
A lot of people don't know that like it started off as a black thing, and then it became the white thing. They kind of took it over.
Facts.
But so a lot of people feel like, Beyonce. I've been watching people from when she first put this album out. Beyonce ain't country, blah 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 blah. Even though she's from Texas,
right.
A lot of people had a lot to say about her doing this album. But listen, I mean, if Taylor Swift can go from country to pop, and some of these artists can change, genres, why can't she do the same thing? I mean, I haven't really listened to the album, I'll be honest about that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm not really that much of a country fan. You know, so you're not going to see me. I mean, I like some of the different people who are like famous, but like I'm just a casual. You know, so
Yeah.
I mean, I could tell you who Shabuzi is.
Yeah,
I can tell you who's the there's like the white dude who's kind of
Teddy Swims.
Yeah, like those kind of people.
Yeah.
I could tell you about those folks, but I mean, I can't tell you that much about country.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't really know who Garth Brooks is and some of these.
I know
people.
who Garth Brooks is.
I mean, I know their names.
Billy Ray Cyrus. I know Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton.
Yeah, I know
Loretta
Dolly Parton.
Lynn.
I know
You know,
Dolly
we know
Parton.
about Barbara Mandrell.
But
these are old school.
That's mainstream.
Country.
Like,
yeah,
a lot
but
of
that's
we don't go
what they
that
had.
deep. Like, name me 5 Dolly Parton songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't go that
9 to
deep.
5. I know that.
Yeah, that's one.
I know a few, but I don't know off of head. But then
I'm just saying that we don't know it. We don't know it in depth.
I do know Charlie Pride.
Okay.
You know what that is?
I don't know.
That's one of the first black country singers that actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
got you.
have I listened to his music? No.
Okay.
You know, what I mean? I'll be
All
honest.
right.
But you do know your boy though, our homegrown native,
Who that?
Hootie, from Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh yeah.
Darius Rucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he does country. Me personally, I was glad that Beyonce won that album of the year for country because, like you said, it was a black invented country music from years ago, and like some people don't know the history. But it's not just even besides that, because you got white artists who make great country songs, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that some black people are doing like what a guy name is Shabuzi.
Yeah.
You know, and
His songs are actually pretty
and then he
good.
has a different look with the dreads.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's sort of cool. And then you got Teddy Swims, who was born in Georgia, was a country boy, and he looks totally different from your typical, I guess, a quote unquote redneckish look. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I think it was great that she won that. I'm glad she put out a country album because even before her, Ray Charles did the country, and so did Tina Turner. They all did some country music too.
Right.
So yeah, but of course you're gonna get the hate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just happy to see her win Album of the Year. I didn't really care. It's I think it's nice that she won Country Album.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying that Beyonce is overrated. What do you think about people saying that?
That Beyonce's overrated.
Yeah.
I figure to each his own, but I mean she is a superstar. I will say that. I've seen her performance, not in person, but I've seen her perform. And I say, yeah, she truly is. She definitely is a star, But it's always like that when you have someone that everybody gravitates towards, and people go, I'm just kind of over it. I'm kind of over it. But nobody felt that way about Michael Jackson, though. You know what I mean? Nobody felt that. And to this day, they would argue up and down if they'll tell you, he is the king of pop. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
So no one feels that way about Michael Jackson, but some people feel that way about Beyonce. But real quick, I try to say that she's not country. I remember John Snyder even made that, that remark that was trash. But what do you think about? And this is still in the vein of country music and black artists in country. But remember with Lil Nas X, they was up and raw about that, and he made that song. What do you think about that? Do you think that was warranted?
I think a little bit because that one was
sort of hip hop-ish.
Well, it was a joke. It started off as a
Really?
joke. Well, yeah, I think it started off. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that song started off as a joke, and then it became like this sensation. I don't think he was serious about it, but later on he was more serious about it.
I don't know, man, because he got Billy Ray Cyrus on it too.
Yeah, I mean, like once it blew up, it was like.
But I don't think it necessarily was a joke. I think he was trying to do something different.
Right. I'm just saying, I think he put it out there as a joke.
And no one took him seriously. That's why Billy Ray Cyrus jumped on it.
Yeah.
So you know what? Nah, man, you can make good music, so. Yeah. And it definitely blew up. It definitely blew up. Yeah. So, let's go on to your boy. K-Dot.
Well, we can talk. You want to talk about him right now?
Let's go to
I was going to ramp up to him. I was going to talk about Kanye first.
No.
Okay.
Let's take it down.
All right. So Kendrick Lamar ended up winning 5 Grammys. I actually should have pulled that up.
Yeah. For 5 songs.
He got Record of the Year, which is egregious. I mean, let's just call that what it is.
I know. Hater.
I know everybody's like, oh yeah, he did all this stuff. But no, I'm just come on now.
Oh my God!
Do you listen to you know who Billie Eilish is?
Billie Eilish, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, her song was better than that song. I mean, Not Like Us is a song about, you know,
dude,
it's about, you know, pedos.
Well,
so
not only that.
Come on now.
No, man.
Let's
This
call it
dude
what it
gave
is.
History.
It's
he even gave history
All right.
about how they did Atlanta.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And the dude.
But let's be honest. At
that
the
song
heart
had
of it,
it had forethought. It had forethought. You know.
All right. So he won for song. He won for rap song. Mm-hmm. He won for music video. He won for rap performance. And also record of the year. So,
man,
yeah.
How you think Drake feels?
Well, listen. Do you want me to go into it right now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go first.
No, I'm asking.
What did you think of him winning for this song?
I honestly, I wasn't surprised.
Okay.
I really wasn't surprised because that song was everywhere, and I will admit I like the song. Am I tired of hearing it? Yes.
Okay.
I will say that. I am.
Do you think that was the best song of last year out of all the songs that came out? Come on now. Let's be real.
It was definitely in the top
lie.
5.
I know you like Kendrick.
It was in the
I
top
know you
5.
like Kendrick.
It was
but
in
let's
the
be
top
honest.
5. It was in the top 5.
Is that a song that you should Grammy nominate?
Yeah.
Come on now. What?
The substance of that song, man. That song was like.
Maybe if there was a diss track category.
He did the diss track category. We think this is
Maybe.
the Ozone Award. This is the
I'm
Grammy.
just saying. I'm just saying.
He want to hood the Grammys up. Ain't gonna be no diss track.
Okay.
But the substance in that song, man. I mean.
All right.
It was. So go tell me quick. What do you think Drake's thinking?
Well, here's the thing. Drake called this, and people can go listen to the song. Kendrick just opened his mouth. Mm-hmm. Somebody go give him a Grammy right now. Okay. Listen,
Drake know how good he is.
Earlier we were just talking about Beyonce, right? We were talking about, oh yeah, is Beyonce overrated? Because there's a bunch of people out there who, come out and talk about Beyonce.
Don't say that to the wrong person.
I think that Kendrick is the one that's overrated.
You think Kendrick's overrated?
I think he definitely is.
Really? How so?
There's this term when we talk about the Oscars, and I know we're talking about the Grammys, right? Mm-hmm. But there's this term when we talk about the Oscars where they talk about these movies that nobody's really seen.
Right.
And they call it Oscar bait. And to me, that's who Kendrick is. Kendrick is the most Oscar baity artist. Again, like Drake said, he just opened his mouth. Go give him a Grammy. And what he does is he does his thing. He adds a little, oh yeah, let me just put a little, West Coast beat in there, and let me do a little Tupac in there, and let me do these little things and just add these little things so that they can give me a Grammy. That's all he does, man. That's all he's good for.
And by the way, Tupac.
It took this song, by the way, that he had to perform like 10 times when he did his pop-out show, and all this other stuff, because he doesn't really have a big hit. But this was his first big hit. Okay? So for people to act like this is a Grammy-nominated song, like this could be like a real song that we sit down and we actually, dissect like on a serious level with some of this other music. I mean, think about all the different artists from last year that were great. And you want to put and nominate and have this song be record of the year. It's a disgrace.
Because it is.
And people should call it out for what it is.
Let me debunk.
Kendrick is the most Oscar baity little artist in the world, and people know it. He's overrated. He's overrated.
Here, let me debunk this clown.
Oh, let me make sure I put the little Tupac thing on there.
Let me debunk.
Let me make sure I put the little.
Let me debunk you.
Let me do the West Coast beat.
3 things you said, right?
Let me get mustard on here.
3 things he said that's contradictory. First, he said, "Why would people like Kendrick? He don't put out enough music." Now, if a person don't put enough music, how are they overrated?
Hold on, let me say this.
No. You already said your part. How are they overrated if they don't put out enough music? Okay. That's the first thing, right? The second thing is, you said, he want to pull out Tupac. Who used Tupac in AI? In AI form?
Well,
Drake
come
or
on
Kendrick?
now.
No.
The
third thing he said.
That's Kendrick's thing. Come on now.
I'm probably clipping.
That's Kendrick's thing.
The third thing he said was, did they not like us 10 times? Okay. Reason why that happened, the audience kept asking them to bring it back.
No, because
they kept
that's his
saying,
big
bring
hit.
it back. Bring it.
Let me tell you something.
Because everybody felt it.
No artist.
Everybody felt it.
No artist does
Everybody
that though.
felt it.
No artist does that. If you have
felt
a
it.
concert, okay, maybe if you did it twice, okay, I would understand that. But doing it that many times, that shows that you don't really have that many hits.
No artist has never.
You don't
artist never done it because
This is his one big hit.
No audience was
This
ever
is his one big
critically
hit.
acclaimed to ask them to keep repeating. And when you hear that song, They Not Like Us, I want y'all to put in the comments and just say, Brooke is not like us. He is not like us.
Let me make this point. You know, through the years, we always talk about how the Grammys don't really mean shit, right? And I see a lot of people.
They're trying to change that.
Exactly. They're trying to change it up now because Kendrick got it, right? They trying to, but before, oh my God, Beyonce keeps losing. Oh my goodness, she should have won. Oh my goodness, the Grammys are fake. They're, you have Kanye, right? Kanye, Eminem has talked about the Grammys and all this other stuff, and people keep talking about how the Grammys really robs people, right? But when Kendrick gets one, oh yeah, it's good job. Yeah, the Grammys, he got Record of the Year. It's like people
He deserve it.
This shows what people are about right here. They're just trying to go for Kendrick, okay? They want to see Kendrick win over Drake. And let's call it what it is. It was never a competition because people just wanted to see.
Drake couldn't compete.
They like to build people up and they like to tear them down. And that's what they did to Drake.
Drake is nice, but he just couldn't compete. But also, too, reason why with that Grammy. Remember when a guy came out, did you watch the Grammys?
I watched the clips.
Okay, I watched I missed maybe the first hour. But dude, there's the guy, I guess, who's over the board or whatever. He came out and he was speaking on The Weeknd, an example. The Weeknd boycotted the Grammy, and I think The Weeknd's a great artist. And he didn't perform, and The Weeknd got a Grammy, and he came back and performed. He said, yo, we trying to clean up some things. We trying to be all-inclusive because, the Grammys and the Oscars is mainly, older white people who was picking these films and these songs. Of course, everybody else is being overlooked, and that's not,
Well, the Grammys, the Grammys are very similar to the Oscars.
Very, very similar to the Oscars.
What they do is they pick these movies that nobody's ever heard of, that nobody really listens to.
That's what the Oscar does.
Okay. Yeah, that's what the Oscar does.
I think the Grammys getting better, though.
Well, the Grammys do a similar thing. The people who win. Like, I remember there was some artists, let's take last year. I listened to Killer Mike a little bit. But I'm not, most people don't know who the hell Killer Mike is.
Oh my God.
Most people don't.
Oh my Lord.
If you go, I'm just saying, if you go down the street and you ask a random white person who's Killer Mike, they wouldn't know who you're talking about. Let's be honest. Come on now.
When we do Word on the Street, we gonna go to random white people and ask them, do you know who Killer Mike is? I'm telling you,
I know who he is. I follow him on Instagram.
I'm telling you.
Listen, but it's okay. I'm just making these points because I want to show people.
In other words, you say he's not as big as a pop star like a Drake or something like that.
Well, I mean, he's not the mainstream.
I mean, okay. All right,
they pick artists usually who aren't the mainstream.
But Killer Mike had a phenomenal album, man.
Okay.
And I think the Grammys are doing better. I think the Oscars need to follow suit to what they're doing.
Yeah.
Grammys trying to be more all-inclusive. You saw K-Boosie. You saw Teddy Swim. Shabuzi? K-Boosie? Is it Shabuzi?
Anyways, go ahead.
Shabuzi?
Sorry.
I about to say Low Boosie. Was it Shabuzi?
Yeah.
Shabuzi, Teddy Swims. I like how and then the other female who came out and sung.
Dončić?
Dončić, and then there's another. You saw different genres of music.
Yeah.
Of different nationalities of people singing these that you wouldn't think singing that. And I love that. I think the Oscars need to follow suit and stop picking, like you saying, these movies with these old fat white guys sitting by the dock by themselves fishing with no damn dialogue and stuff. I mean, movies that they know people have seen, And granted, you can keep some of those, but don't let it be all about the. Yeah. But see, one thing, at least with the Grammys, right? They give you a little bit more of a variety of music, right? Mm-hmm. No, and you correct me if I'm wrong now. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Grammys will give you a little bit more variety of music, right? For example, right? And unless if an artist got a certain real good album, then they may pick some songs from the album. Now tell me this. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Do the Oscars have say if they have at least 7 movies, and the whole night is about those same damn 7 movies?
Yeah.
And that
pretty
sucks,
much is.
man. The
And
same 7 movies they going for cinematography, they're going for wardrobe, they're going for sound design, they're going for director, going for actor, then picture of the year. The same 7 movies.
Sometimes though, I'll give it to the Oscars. They do get it right. Like, and a lot of people I think feel like the Grammys did that this year. But
I think so. I think the Grammys did that this year.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Record of the year, man.
You just mad because they nominated
I think
Kendrick.
if it was all in
if it was Drake, though, you thought they got it right?
No.
You wouldn't say they
by
got
the
it
way,
right?
let me say this. Drake was the first person to get nominated for a diss track for a Grammy.
Grammy
back to back.
Grammy does that?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, but
The diss track.
They don't call it diss track in the Grammys, right? They just said the song.
Yeah, it's a song. Yeah.
But it was a diss track song.
He was the first person to get nominated. So
But did he win?
I can't remember.
No, he didn't.
Well, they listen.
But Kendrick won.
Listen, again,
It
they
matters.
just go off of.
Hey. We like your boy
Prestige.
Trump. We only like people who
Prestige.
win. We only like winners.
They're about the prestige and the. Oh my goodness, he's
like your
taking
boy
these
Trump.
influences from Tupac and
we only like
all these
people
other
who
people.
win.
That's all Kendrick can do. He just comes in, he does his little thing.
Everybody
it's
gets
like
influence from other
Drake
rappers.
is
What are you
actually
talking about?
trying to reinvent things. Okay, this guy is biting off of a legacy. Okay, and that's the truth. But nobody wants to call it out. But I'll call it out. I'll be the bad guy.
You are the bad guy.
People want to come after me. That's okay.
Y'all get them. Just
listen,
put in the
you
comments.
know I'm right.
Just
You
say,
know it's the truth.
Brooke is not like us. That's all you got to. Brooke is not like us.
Comment
Just
not
put
like
that in the
us down
comments.
below.
Just put it in the comments. All right. So
Kendrick just opened his mouth.
speaking of another person who opened their mouth.
Pause.
Pause. No diddy. Yeezy.
All right.
Yay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I can't
man.
keep defending this
Oh.
man. I can't keep defending this man.
It seems so eerie.
Yeah. What's his fiance's name or his wife? I guess.
It's his wife.
Yeah.
What's up with they doing the pictures on the red carpet? Then he says something to her, and then she turns her back. Then she pulls off her. Then he says something to her. Then he's standing there with a mean mug expression, and then she pulls off her coat, and she
pulls off her coat. Yeah.
and you can see that.
Yeah. So
By
what
the way,
he's talking about is Kanye and his wife Bianca Censori.
Bianca.
They went to the Grammys and they were actually not invited. And she walks onto the red carpet with this black. What do you call that?
I thought
Is
it was
that like-
it's not a mink or something.
Yeah, something like that, like a mink.
a mink or a sable,
And
something like that. Yeah.
and then she they have a little conversation. It's kind of weird because at first they're just talking, and then Kanye says something to her.
Yeah, he whispers something to her.
and then she turns around and just takes the mink off.
Looked like he
and
said-
was completely naked.
He looked like he said, "Go and show him that body." That's what he said. I'm saying,
You think that's what he said?
You probably did.
Yeah.
Baby, go and show him Kim ain't got nothing on you.
Very bizarre.
What do you think? Why do you think he did it? And I'll tell you my theory. Why I think.
I don't know, man. I'm just tired. I mean, when you grow up and this is my real favorite artist. But I'll get loud about Drake, but Kanye is number one for me. To me, he's the GOAT. You grow up listening to somebody, and by the way, some of his comments before I didn't like. I wasn't completely against them. Of course, I was against the stuff when he was talking about Hitler and shit, stuff like that. But some of his other comments I'm okay with. But it's just sad to see your favorite artist go out and make a mockery of himself. And really, I know why he's doing it. And I'm gonna let you make your point though. Go ahead.
Do you think you don't think it's a mental?
I think he's playing a game, and and he's trying to get attention.
Yeah.
So
on that, I think so too. I think it's a marketing ploy because he has these basic shoes. I don't know what you call them, and these things for $20, and there's pods. They pretty much socks or stockings with rubber foot padding on the bottom of it, but he's selling out and like, making millions and millions of dollars off it. I think that's the market. I think I saw a commercial of his during the Grammys. Just like he had one doing, and he sold out during the Super Bowl last year. Yeah. Doing that, So I think that's the marketing thing for him, I guess.
But how does that promote your brand? Because her going out there like that, like what does that do?
You know how? What? But we talking about it.
Okay.
We're talking about it right now, and I'm sure everybody else is going to be talking about it. Yeah. And then once you see the commercial, people going there because regardless of what people want to say about Kanye's mental, and some people say, man, ain't nothing wrong with Kanye, whatever. Yeah. Whatever you want to say, I mean, and people will say that, yeah, he's a musical genius, regardless of whatever you want to say about Kanye West, he's getting to the bag. He's definitely getting to the bag. And that's true. And he's using marketing ploys by any means. Even if he got to show his wife half-naked body, he's doing marketing ploys by any means. And he's making the money. And I think is he back to $1 billion now or something like that? Or?
I don't know. Did you hear that? Is he back?
It. Let us know in the comments.
I already know he doesn't. He never has to worry. Come on, let's be honest.
Definitely not. Definitely. I know. Yeah. I think he's in the lab, but to make some new music. They said he's back to his partner. What's his name? Justin LeBoy, I think his name is.
Oh, okay.
He does all the tweetings about him.
Yeah, I know he's been in like Japan or somewhere.
Yeah. He says he's about to be back to the old Kanye, and if he is, I'm here for that. I definitely want to hear that music.
I mean, if this is what he needs to get, back to the music, okay, I'm okay with it.
But my thing, so
this is just bizarre. It's weird to me.
But let me ask you,
I don't know what he's doing.
A person of Kanye's caliber, he has to be invited to the Grammys? I mean, and I get it for security purposes, but he couldn't just like...
I mean, it's Kanye. I mean, would you just invite him to anything? I mean, you kind of have to be ready. Look at what he did at the Grammys, right?
He didn't really do nothing. He just was on the red carpet.
I know, but
they didn't really bother nobody. It was kind of weird. I will
Come on, now. I mean, this is the man that got up on stage, with Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I mean, like
with a ball of Hennessy.
He's just he's unpredictable. Like he just goes out and does things. So I mean, like I guess you can't just invite him anywhere.
But I mean, and think about it. You see these award shows, and you see, of course, you got celebrities seated certain places, and they got them up front. Yeah. But those are regular people sitting way in the back.
Yeah.
So I guess they bought tickets. Because you got to pack it. You got to pack that place.
I mean, like I think the Grammys, these award shows, it's all about the stars. Of course. They try to invite people so that they can create more and more buzz. Yeah. So that's why they have all these celebrities there. So I don't think the celebrities have to pay to be there.
No, I know they don't. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like,
you're talking about the people.
People in the back, the audience.
I don't know.
Like,
That's a good question.
You lived in Cali. You ever heard about tickets to the Grammy or something like that? Or
I've never heard of that. We were never going to go to the Grammys or anything like that.
I mean, I'm just out of curiosity. Or even the Oscars.
I never heard anything about the Oscars.
Tickets to go to the Oscars.
Nope, never heard about that.
All them celebrities, it can't be all their family that they're inviting and friends or whatever.
It could be.
So how is it regular people how they go about it? How they pick people to come to the Oscars?
I don't even know.
But I mean, really, you ever wondered that? You ever thought about that? Because you see all these people in the background, and they're not all celebrity. Yeah. Hell, even some people sitting in the audience almost not too far from.
I'm sure that it's somebody's nephews, somebody's family.
Maybe some execs.
Yeah.
Some execs, but it ain't that many execs.
But I'm sure it's exclusive. I don't think you can just like, oh yeah, I would like some tickets to the Grammys.
Because when they pan the audience... Yeah. And you can see way in the back, you know what I'm saying? Those people still way back there applauding. Yeah. I really believe those are regular people. How they maybe they sit on the board. Yeah. You know what I mean? And or something. I'm curious about that. I wonder.
Yeah, who knows? I mean,
fascinating.
It's one of those things. But I'm glad it's over. And now we're on to the Super Bowl,
On to the Super Bowl.
We should do a super podcast. We got to get Q, green tea.
Oh yeah, another one.
The time after the Super Bowl.
We can get
something like that.
Yeah. Who's in the sports? We can get Q.
Because we got to talk about Kendrick.
Green tea don't watch. Oh yeah.
We got to talk about Kendrick. And then we can get everybody watches the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, I don't know if.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll figure it out.
Like that. Yeah.
Speaking of sports, we got to talk about, we're going to move over and talk about Dallas and the Lakers. There was a blockbuster trade that went down over the weekend. Actually, we don't suck no more.
Yeah. But
The Dallas Mavericks traded their superstar, a great, as you guys know, Luka Dončić, to the Lakers, and the Lakers traded Anthony Davis. And
so Lakers don't care nothing
a first
about
round
that.
pick.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, and this is gonna get me in
happy?
trouble with my friends who are Laker fans. I didn't really. I mean,
Care for the trade?
I'm not like a big fan of Anthony Davis or LeBron. Okay, so that's just me.
But you like Luka?
I mean, I'm sad to see Dallas lose Luka because, like,
Yeah.
imagine if you're a fan of that team and you just lost
And you
your
got Anthony
superstar.
Davis.
Yeah, now you got Anthony Davis versus Luka, which is like crazy.
Yeah, that is
I mean, it's like unbelievable that they did that.
that is
I mean,
crazy.
how are you going to trade,
And you just got Kyrie Irving like maybe a year or so ago
Yeah.
to help Luka out.
I
Something
mean,
like
Luka's one of those players who's going to go down in history.
yeah,
And
he's good. Luka just don't play no defense.
yeah, that's
He doesn't
well.
play defense.
Those are some of the reasons why they
Dallas got
took
rid
him
of him?
out because they were saying he doesn't play defense.
They got on him about
They
that.
talked about how he doesn't really keep up in shape.
No,
with
no,
his
he
weight and
he
stuff like
don't.
that.
He's out of shape.
Yeah.
But he can ball.
But
He can ball
here's
his
the
ass
dude
off,
goes
though.
out and scores 45 points.
Man, he can ball. He can ball.
I heard this one guy. He was like, Luka could be like smoking that stuff, and I would still have him.
Shit, he
You
can be
know,
drinking.
like he could be doing
Luka
whatever
can hoop, man.
as long as he goes out and scores 45. You know,
Yeah.
like we good.
But he was like, your
So-
boy was like that too, where he wasn't out of shape. Your boy, Carmelo.
Oh,
Carmelo
yeah.
played no defense neither.
Yeah. A lot
go
of
out
people compare him to
and,
Carmelo.
And shoot your eye out all day long.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
don't block no shots. Don't do nothing.
Right.
Don't play no defense. But then Denver, they say that's how they coach Carl. What's his name was Carl something. I forgot it.
Oh.
The Denver Nuggets coach.
Oh,
But
I know. I think I
he
know
had
what
none of them. That's how he had them. None of them was playing no D.
Yeah.
There's a running team. They didn't play much
George
defense.
Karl.
George Karl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. They didn't play no D, but
Right.
I don't know, man. That's sort of now. This is what I heard. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't read up on this. Me and someone were talking. Matter of fact, I think you were there. They were saying, because the other guy is a Lakers fan. This is what I heard. Now, I'm not saying this is law. I didn't read up on this. This is hearsay. That Luka, they owed him too much money on the salary cap, so they
Yeah.
had to get. So we just going to get rid of him to make more space to free up, our salary cap, so we can get somebody. Because you didn't have enough money to get somebody else with Luka. So they said they figure, man, we'll let the Lakers eat that. What you think? What is it? Is that?
When it comes to a player who is potentially one of the all-time greats already, and he's only 25, you eat that. I'm sorry. You're talking about one of the greats. Not only do you take his contract, but you also try to build around him.
That's
okay?
why they brought Kyrie.
That's a generational player. That's somebody that you build around. That's somebody that you stick with. And he's going to be a Laker for the rest of his life, So,
Yeah, because he's going to be the
'Cause-
face once LeBron leaves.
yeah.
That's pretty much going to be his
Yeah,
franchise.
I mean, it's smart on the Lakers to be doing this because,
Oh, yeah,
it sets
definitely
them
smart on
up
the
for
Lakers.
years to come.
Yeah.
And I
Anthony
think this
Davis-
shows that this is Bron's last year, by the
And
way.
Anthony Davis is on the decline too. So
That's what made it so dumb that they even did that.
that was a dumb man.
mean-
I wonder what Kyrie think. Like, oh my God, I got to play with this dude.
Kyrie probably already knows it's a business.
Oh yeah,
You know?
it's a business.
That's what it comes down to.
Definitely
This
a
is a
business.
business.
It's
Don't
definitely a
get it
business.
twisted.
It's-
At the end of the day.
you want to win. Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, Luka is great.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely a phenomenal player. But
Mm-hmm.
they define you as greatness once you win championships. And they got close, but no cigar. And at those times, that's when the Mavericks were solely relying on Luka.
Yeah.
And eventually after a while, your body gonna get beat down too much like that when I say almost 80% of the ball come through your hand. That's why, like I said, that's why they brought Kyrie to relieve some of that pressure off him.
Yeah.
So, because Kyrie got to get that ball too. And I thought they were I thought there was a nice little mix together, I thought they had something special. But
I thought so too, man.
honestly,
That's
now
crazy.
the way it's looking with Davis, I wonder if they will even get past the Timberwolves.
I don't know, man.
Cause that's normally like their rival, like, right?
I just think that Dallas, that GM. By the way, I mean the GM, he's an idiot. I mean, like, you cannot make that trade.
Nah, say what you said before.
No matter what.
You ain't say idiot. Use that 4-letter word you said before. Don't say idiot.
You cannot trade. You cannot make that trade. And I mean, I think Dallas will be okay, but I mean, like, I don't expect them to do anything.
In this sense, it seemed like they were thinking more so about the money than the actual player. You know what I'm saying? Or something. Me personally, I would have kept Luka. If he didn't play enough defense, I would have sat him down. And then if he begged to be traded, then I'd probably let him out the contract or something like that. Or some type of clause where I don't have to give you all that money. How much money they were supposed to give him?
I don't know. It was a lot.
It was a lot of money.
It was a lot. But he's worth it. I mean, the dude is like, all-time talent.
Yeah.
So
he definitely gonna get you to the playoffs, but
yeah,
he's one-dimensional.
Yeah,
but he's a good player. He's a great player.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about these tariffs. Trump.
I'll let you talk about your boy.
Yeah. So stop saying that, bro. So Trump over the weekend was trying to put on a 25% tariff on Canada and also Mexico. And basically what happened was they actually came to a deal, and now he's going to hold off on it for at least 30 days. And there's been several different things that he's asked for, mainly making sure that they secure their side of the border. Some other things are mixed into the deal as well. What are your thoughts on all this stuff?
What was the deal?
So they made a deal that he would hold off for 30 days if they send troops to the border, and also if they pay some money. I think Canada. No, actually, Mexico needs
border?
to both. He wants them to do both.
Who in hell is escaping from Canada to come to America?
See, you have to look into it. People,
you want to come over here for no free health care?
The border isn't really secure. No,
of
here's
course
the thing.
Not. I know not in
here's
Canada.
Here's the thing. People are going to Canada.
Yeah, people are going
coming
to Canada.
in through Canada because the border is not secure at all.
Oh, so you said okay.
So that's what he's trying to secure. That way.
Well, okay, I get that. But I know ain't no Canadians coming over here to live in America. Shit, hell no. Hell, some Americans probably want to go to Canada.
Well, he's been talking about how it being like the 51st state.
No, they ain't going for that. You know why? Because he wants to expand the territory of America to make America. He's really trying to make America great. Great by mass.
I think it's if America does get bigger, it helps out. When we talk about some of the things that are going on with our not only our allies but also our enemies. China's trying to expand. That's why they're trying to go after and trying to take over Taiwan.
China's everywhere. They're in Jamaica. They're in parts of Africa.
That's what I'm saying.
They're everywhere.
So I think it's a smart strategic move to try to make America bigger.
Yeah.
But I
Canada
think
ain't going for that.
Yeah, they're not going to go for that. But Canada was also trying to put tariffs on America, and things that were coming in through America
after Trump.
Yeah,
because they looked at it as a form of bullying, a bully tactic. Do
you think Trump's a bully?
I think he used those tactics. Why? I don't know. All they're gonna do is make the consumer. We the one who's gonna fit the brunt of the bill. That is gonna make goods more expensive. He figuring that they need to be paying their fair share of whatever, and and he's definitely he ain't gonna reach no deal with China. He's definitely gonna reach no deal with China.
They're gonna stay on China.
Yeah. He's not gonna reach no deal with China. And
he's doing a 10% tariff on them.
Yeah, everything and. We the one who going to pay that. We the one. You know how many goods we get from China? We are the ones who going to put. The American people going to pay that, man. Your electronics going to be more expensive.
Yeah.
Your iPhones, your sneakers, your Androids. It's a lot of your electronics are going to be way more expensive. Even some of your clothes. is going to cost a lot more money because honestly, and who wouldn't? If you putting a tariff on me, then I'm gonna just mark the price up of my goods and I'm gonna make y'all pay that.
Well, yeah, it's smart to do that, right?
Yes, that's business. That's what you do.
I think he's just using it as a strategic move. I mean, as you see,
to gain what from China though.
Well, China needs us.
Right.
All of these countries need us, okay? And so, they need to do something in return. I think that's what he's trying to do.
And I get that.
And he's trying to say, yo,
I get
y'all
that.
need us. We don't need y'all. We're already a superpower.
He's using that as a fair negotiation tactic.
Exactly. And you see he got those 2 deals done.
And what do we get from China in place? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What do we get?
We'll see. I mean, I guess,
because
we'll see what happens.
We don't get no resources from China.
Oh, nothing. You mean like what do we get from them?
What would we get? What's in turn? Yeah. You don't have to worry about no border with China. What do we stand to gain from China?
Well, I mean, I think it's just a matter of, listen, we're in a lot of deficits and, maybe they can help us pay some of that down. So, I mean, but I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know what he's trying to do, what he's trying to gain from this.
Do you think we owe China?
I do know that we are in a lot of debt, and
who's the majority
something needs to be done.
Who's majority of that debt belong to?
What are you talking about?
You said we're in a lot of debt. Who do we owe majority of that debt to?
China.
We do owe some debt. You know how we owe debt to China?
The stimulus packages.
Well, when we went into the recession, China bought up all those mortgages.
Right.
So they bought up all those
mortgages. all of those packages that we got through them. Also, because we had to have the stimulus packages under Obama to bring the economy back. So
I don't know about now, but I took macro and microeconomics, right?
Okay, go ahead.
For business. Now, what I was taught, and what I was told, and what I read, like I said, that was a time then. I don't know as far as about now, because we went through that recession with all those mortgages China bought up. Now, from what I read was back then, we did it. We had debt, but majority of that debt was owed to us. Was our own debt, right, from the American people. Like I said, I don't know about now, because at the time they were saying that America would never give another country that much power over them. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, we do owe China a debt. But I don't know if it's so astronomical to the point where they have that much authority. Because they say America will never give another country that much authority over them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, because I always heard majority of that debt is ours. Like I would say, don't Ukraine owe us?
Everybody owes us. I mean,
Israel owes us?
We have helped out a lot of our allies, and they are our allies, I mean, we've helped out a lot of these different countries.
And you know how we help them out? You know how we help them out?
How?
With money.
We help them out with money, but also we protect them.
Yeah, a lot of these. Yes. No, I get that. With
the UN and all that stuff, they need America to be in these agreements.
I know we protect them with our military and things.
Go ahead.
Because that's how you get American land and provinces in certain areas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I get that. It's not like we can't. Hey, we gonna manufacture some or whatever and ship y'all some goods. It's always our money, and then in turn they take that money and then they pay other manufacturers for their goods and their needs and whatnot. It's always their money, and I think in that sense that's how America stays in power.
Yeah,
but always saying, hey, you owe.
Yeah. Well, a lot of these countries do, and what's funny is that a lot of people talk about how they want to move to other countries. And I just laugh at that because it's I know it's not popular to say, but I feel like America's a great country. And, a lot of people have come out and talked about how much they hate America and all this other stuff. But, there are people who are literally dying to try to get here. Yeah. That's the whole thing at the border. These people, they're desperate to get to this place, because of these countries, man. I don't know what Trump is doing, and I don't really care. Some of the things that we put in place years ago has already messed up America. A lot of people are thinking that Trump's going to save them. Trump's not going to save you, Okay? Trump is not going to save you. America has already done too much and has already gone through too much. And, you know, the only thing he can do is maybe make it stable. I mean, which I don't even know if he can do. What can you really do in 4 years? You know what I'm saying? What people need to understand about tariffs is tariffs aren't a new thing, you know? Like, tariffs were really put in place because years ago, well, actually, before we had the income tax, we were using tariffs in order to make the country more wealthy, okay? And so the income tax kind of came in 1913 or something like that.
Well, you know why they started taxes?
1914.
Why they had taxes?
Why do they have taxes?
To fund
Educate me.
To fund the war.
Okay.
That's why taxes started. And it was only for the wealthy, meaning the slave owners and stuff like that. Well, not, of course, when it was colonies. It wasn't the United States. It was colonies.
Yeah.
South against. So they had taxes to fund the war, but it was only wealth because poor people didn't have money.
Yeah.
But it was supposed to stop at a certain period of time. But when they
kept
made
it going.
the United States, they said, look, we can keep our government and make, you know. And so that's why wealthy people started having corporations and LLs, things like that, so they can hide their money.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you see as time going, it got better and better. That's why you got people like Waltons and your Koch brothers and things like that who are billionaires who don't pay any taxes.
Right.
They figure out ways to, you know, and then the elites, the true elitists, whether it be Democrat or Republican, they know that they don't pay taxes. Of course, some Democrats say, we're going to make the wealthy pay their fair share. And really, if you're going to have a tax system, really the wealthy should pay something. I think they should. I just think they should.
Well, I feel like the poor people shouldn't be taxed. You know, people who make under a certain amount of money.
Go even further. I don't think black people should be taxed.
Okay.
Well, what the hell we did for this country?
Speak. Black History
Month. I don't think black
Month.
people shouldn't be paying no taxes.
Let them know.
We should have free education.
Okay.
Hell, if we can't get reparations, we need no taxes.
Okay.
Free education. You know, that's what hey, it is what it is. I said it. I don't care if you don't like it.
But yeah, I mean, like, that was why, you know, taxes were put into place, is because we kind of moved from the tariff system into the tax system. And they were really starting to tax the people. And I mean, I don't think that's right to tax people who are making only $20,000 a year still have to pay taxes. And sometimes they pay more than people who are making over $100,000.
And you know what's so crazy
as
you say that? You know what's so crazy?
Yeah.
Ain't that why they came over here to get from under the king where they didn't have to pay all these
Exactly.
taxes?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they turn around and do the same thing.
Well, that's his whole point. But, you know, yeah. I mean, listen, you know, I think to shake it up is fine with me. But, you know, we have to stay vigilant in all this. I was talking about that at the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to, you know, go silent or, you know, close your eyes. You definitely want to stay vigilant. But I think that, you know, let him do whatever he's going to do, you know, because if it means kind of blowing up the system, I mean, hey, let's blow up the system.
Maybe he might need to come shake up some things. You never know. I mean, he's got to see how he play it out. At the end of the day, whether you want him or not, he's everybody's president.
I mean,
you said, he's not going to save
let's be
you.
honest, y'all.
So,
people have to work 3-4 jobs just to fucking make ends meet. Like, that's ridiculous.
That's why they want to leave the country.
For you to put food on the table, for you to pay rent, to do all of these things, have a car, have to pay insurance, all that stuff. People are working their ass off. And so
that's why people, you said you don't know what. I agree with you. I think America is a great country.
Yeah.
Commerce, you can invest.
It's not popular to say.
Yeah.
So, but
true, it's not. But at the end of the day, truly it is. Yeah. It's racism.
Yeah.
This is some bad things, but it is a great country. It truly is a great country and a great place to live.
Yeah.
Right, for commerce and things like that. But I think this is what you said. That's why people are leaving and want to go to another country. Like you said, they got to work 3 jobs. I've seen videos with black people like over and living in Taiwan and like, yo, this is my apartment, and I make this much money and I ain't rich. Because the dollar going to go long further in other countries than it's going to go over here, I think that's why some people are leaving. But in America, the sad thing about America is, and the truth is, man, you punish if you poor. You punish if you poor. If
It's
you're
true.
wealthy, you know, so people, I encourage you all, invest your money. Just don't rely on a 9 to 5 because it can be here today, going tomorrow. Invest your money. Me personally, what I'm investing, I think the three thing is I am not a financial advisor. So, you know, but the three things is you need to look into for your future. Real estate, what they always say, that's the one thing God is not making no more of. Technology, because it's advancing. And, you know, invest in the stock market. Those are the three things, you know, I feel that it's going to bring you wealth. You know, it's not so much a 9 to 5 is not designed for you to be rich.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, that's all they want to do. They don't really want to have to think about some of that stuff, but it is important to invest some, you know, because that's really, and you know, a lot of that investment stuff goes back to the Bible. That's what a lot of people don't really talk about. But anyways, we should bring on a financial advisor.
We need to.
Yeah,
we definitely need to bring on a financial advisor.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We should definitely do that.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, that's been the Black Summit.
And
we're gonna have more coming.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the Super Bowl after the Super Bowl
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be talking about that stuff.
Yeah. And we'll be back again. We're gonna have a guest. So actually, we're gonna do a sports segment.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a guest on. Matter of fact, she's gonna be like our Molly Quorum when you guys see her. We're gonna bring her on. She's heavy into sports, so we're gonna talk a little bit about the WNBA tournament, some women's college basketball that's blowing up. Of course, a little bit of NBA. I don't know. Some people does not really watch NBA like that, but definitely football. We're gonna be talking about a few things like that. So yeah, that's gonna be another segment. This is gonna be totally dedicated to sports, so we're not gonna be all over the place with this one.
Yep.
But yeah, that's been a Black Summit.
I'm Brooks.
And I'm Hendrix.
And we out.
Peace.
Peace.